Okay, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Angry Porto, aka Take It Slow. Clancy, you know the whole drill. Back with another episode of the Fallout 2 20th Anniversary playthrough. And when last we left off, we were at the EPA. We'd pretty much finished everything, except now we're heading down to the blue level. Ooh, there is no blue level. There is a blue level. And let's find out what's down there. Oh god, aliens. Aliens, 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 aliens. I made it. Wow. Usually we run into some pretty heavy combat right there. Okay. Get that force field down. Yes. Alright. And here we are. The three companions that I was talking about. Alright, this is what really makes the EPA super impressive to me. Is that they were able to integrate three potential companions into it and make it work in the canon. So, let's find out a little bit about these people, shall we? Hibernation chamber computer control computer. Select an option. Subject history. Hibernation chambers. Three individuals were sealed within these chambers before the war, each for specific classified reasons. Subjects remain sealed and unaware of their surroundings. Log entries are available for each subject. Let's read the log entries. Subject A. Alright, log entry. It's finally happened. They've launched their nukes at us, and we've launched ours at them. Brass won't go into detail, but it's probably already Judgment Day up topside by now. Radio communications have been disrupted indefinitely. Good thing I've grown used to this place. I got no illusions about ever seeing the surface again. They brought in a woman to be cryoed. Didn't say why, only that it was top secret. She was quite the looker. Petite, Chinese looking, and there was something about her eyes. She took down two Secret Service agents when she found out what we had in mind. Caught them off guard, opened them up like one of them Delnay's scalpels. Jesus Christ, that was a sight for tired eyes. If third one managed to subdue her, it's not like she wouldn't be spending the rest of her life down here if she managed to kill them all anyway. She's unconscious now, and they're prepping her tank. It's right next to that psychopath Patrick's, too. What a shame. I would have liked to have gotten to know her better. Dr. David Kimball, 2077. Okay, so we have an unknown Chinese-looking woman. Okay, which would be Asian. I don't know. Chinese-looking. You're American-looking. All right, subject B. Dexter killed. Is this the same guy? I don't know. Dexter Dex Patrick is a rather interesting specimen. He's a narcissistic, woman-hating, sociopathic murderer, known to occasionally dabble in necrophilia and cannibalism. Oh, okay. He is cold-hearted to the extreme, showing no remorse for his victims, who range from innocent children to the elderly and disabled. His preferred targets were attractive young women, who he usually seduced into intercourse before brutally dispatching them. Okay. Despite his antisocial behavior, he remains remarkably sociable, even charming. In fact, several female staff members seem to be taken with him, despite knowing the numerous atrocities he's committed. Dex's confirmed victim is currently 68, though he has boasted the actual numbers well into the triple digits. While Dex has proven to be a compulsive liar, I still find it difficult to doubt the validity of his claim. The only emotional attachment Dex seems to have is for the mid-20th century rock and roll idol, whom he admires as a role model and perhaps even as a father figure. He's also shown an unhealthy attachment to a severed human ear, which we have identified as belonging to Vicky Saffron, Dex's high school sweetheart and one of his early victims. He claims to keep the ear in his pocket so Vicky can hear the screams of all his victims. Okay. I've decided to have Dexter frozen for the time being, as the government has rerouted funds away from our project in order to further fuel the war effort, and my team is being reassigned to other locations. Let it be noted that I deem this a terrible misstep. So our studies on the nature of human evil are progressing swiftly, and believe we are near a major breakthrough that would be far more valuable to our government than the production of more tin suits. But I digress. Dex is to remain frozen here until the powers that be come to their senses and resurrect this vastly important project. I hope that day I'm still around to resume my work when that... I only hope that I'm still around to resume my work when that day comes. Dr. Dustin C. Delnay, 2075. Okay, we got a real sick puppy on our hands, Dex. Not quite based off Dexter, the show guy. The show Dexter was a little more compassionate than this motherfucker. But all right, subject C. Sergeant Christopher Cat Jules was assigned to the EPA military security detail on... Well, you guys are different. Whoever wrote this was not an American. That's okay. On February 17th, 2074. Prior to this, the reason I know that is because the United States does day, month, year. Pretty much the rest of the world does month, day, year. Okay, prior to this, he was attached to the reconnaissance unit of the 205th Airborne. The sergeant has an impressive combat record as one of is one of the highest graded energy armed and unarmed combat specialists in this unit. In his unit. However, these achievements are marred by an equally long history of accusations of very petty theft, repeated counts of being out of uniform, and an attitude of extreme arrogance to superior officers. Sergeant Jules was recruited as a test subject for the Human Reflex Enhancement Project on 10/5/2075 in exchange for the removal of some of the reports from his file. Complications arose from the initial trial, and Sergeant Jules was sedated for the safety of those around him. A few days have passed, and Sergeant Jules appears to be in good health, but he has developed lengthened canines and certain eccentric characteristics in addition to the project goals of improved reflexes and heightened sensory capability. I have logged several reports with the base commander requesting further funding, but at last it seems there are those who do not wish for my project to continue. This is quite a shame, since the tissue samples and psych reports of Sergeant Jules indicate only minor disfigurement and a tendency to a slightly reduced attention span. Other than this, he is perfectly fit for service, and in fact, he is likely more capable than before as a result of the treatment. Until more funding is received for this project, Sergeant Jules should remain in suspended animation. Dr. R.D. Crichton, 11/2075. Okay, so we have our pick here between the Asian woman, the psychopath Dex, and the big guns unarmed specialist Sergeant Cat. I personally like to go with Kitsune, the Asian woman. I find her backstory to be the most interesting. She has arguably the most canon-breaking backstory, if you will, which we'll get to in a little bit. Dexter, to me, he walks around in a suit, so he's got an interesting character model, but I don't find him that interesting. Other than I've never actually read his entire bio. I've never actually freed him, so maybe I will one day and check him out. Jules is, I don't even want to say arguably. He's probably objectively the most useful in combat, given that he can use big guns and energy weapons. He's also doesn't give a shit about your moral shortcomings, so he's great to have for an evil playthrough. I believe Kitsune will not partner with you if you're evil, and of course Dexter will partner with you if you're evil. He's evil as fuck. He'll probably love that shit. But I'm gonna go with Subject A, Kitsune. She is, like I said, I find her backstory the most interesting, and she is a melee specialist along with Sulik. So I like to have that balance. We'll have two melee party members and then a bunch of range behind them. So let's go with A. I already watched that. Okay. Retrieve test subject. Warning. Extended periods of time in deep freeze environment alters the chemical process of the body. Without proper application of chemicals to the subject's body on exiting the chambers, they may suffer from ERS, environmental rejection syndrome. Remember that? Remember Private Dobbs? All right. Let's go. Let's see if I can go find one of those ERSI canisters. Okay, and the trick here is going to be getting out without these fucking aliens noticing me. Oh, I made it. Okay. Don't worry, we're going to deal with all these aliens in a little bit. In a little bit. In a little bit. So, the nice thing about this is the Mr. Kemi is right here. And Mr. Kemi can make us the ERSI that we need. Alright, more options, something special. There we go. Create it. Get out of here. All right, we're looking good. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Alright, I like to do... Alright, Porto before EPA, NPC. I like to make a whole new separate save before I do this, just so I can come back if I want to. Okay. Retrieve test subject. Alright, place the ESR canister into the dispenser. Alright, let's grab Kitsune, shall we? Okay, heart rate normal. Alright. Cut that out. Apologies for that. Alright, before you lies an open tank with icy cold water slowly being drained from a long serpentine pipe. Inside, a woman, naked from head to toe, lies gasping and shivering. Looking around quickly, you snatch a bundle of loose clothing from a nearby locker and drape them over her for warmth. Whoa, that had to be some trip. Are you alright? Yes, the preservator restored my body temperature. Not all of it, it looks like. You give it some time for her teeth to stop chattering. She recovers much quicker than you expect, and she looks at you with a sudden gravity. Is it over? You mean the war? The war, yes. The war ended long ago, finished about as soon as it started. She brushes wet strands of hair from her eyes. You notice one eye is brown while the other is emerald green. Who won? No one. She looks at you blankly. She's very easy on the eyes, especially for someone who was just thawed out of a block of ice. When 90% of the world is scorched into a crispy brown, I'd say it's hard to declare a real winner. What, Werner? A real winner. I mean, there wasn't much left worth winning. What date is it? What year? What year is it?
What year is it?
Is it 2077? Hell no. You show her the date in your Pip-Boy. She stares at the flickering screen, frozen in time like she never left the tank. Are you alright? Of course she's not alright, dummy. My God, I don't believe it. I was in that thing for over a century. Seems like it. Hey, listen, don't look at me like that. I had nothing to do with putting you in there. Hell, my grandpa wasn't even alive back then. I just stumbled upon this location, the location of this place and decided to check it out. Well, will you help me, or would you like it better if I continued sitting naked at your feet? Well, since you're giving me a choice, no. I was just about to. You help her to your feet. Why'd you wake me? I have this terrible habit of touching everything I encounter. One thing led to another. You say you didn't even work in this place? And that's what I said. Then, if you hadn't come along, I would have been stuck in that thing even longer. Maybe forever. She pulls one of the shirts you wrapped over her head. What's it like now, the world out there? You said 90% of it was destroyed? My world is a wasteland where every day is a struggle for survival. Most people have taken shelter in ruined remains of the old ones. Others, like my tribe, attempt to forge a simple existence in the harsh wilderness. Truth told, it could be centuries before it even comes close to recovering. It can't be possibly as bad as it sounds. She doesn't sound like she's convinced of one word she just said. It's nothing like America in 2077, that's for sure. She pulls a pair of pants on. So, what now? Well, we never did properly introduce ourselves. My name's Porto. What's yours? You can call me Kitsune. Kitsune, what are you doing crowded away in that tank? I don't know for sure. They knew the war was about to happen, so they put me in a preservator like the others. Do you have any clue what this place is? From what I know, it's a branch of the United States Environmental Protection Agency. I was in Arizona when the war happened. I was taken here immediately. You must have been pretty important for them to want to preserve you. Were you a chosen one, like me? No, not exactly. I was a homemaker, married to a councilman. Before that, I wrote for several different news publications. It wasn't what you'd call a terribly exciting life. What happened to him, your husband? I don't know. Probably one of the billions of casualties. I doubt any of my family made it through the war. My God, even if they did, it's been so long. Everyone I knew is gone. She bites her lip and starts to simmer with tears, but she quickly wipes them away and sighs, bringing herself under control. Whoever wrote this had a flair for the dramatics. What are you going to do now? I don't know. What do you even do when you've been hibernating for over a century? Even bears don't sleep that long. The world out there isn't the world I knew. I don't know if I could stand to see what it's turned into. Let's see. I know it's a wasteland out there, but you still got a whole life to live. You're wasting it down here. Come on, come with me and see if we can make something out of it. You know, you're right. I could go back to being frozen and sleep it off for another 100 years, but that would be the cheap way out. I need to see for myself what the world's become, and play a part in putting it back together. Well, come on then, let's go grab some Brahmin steak, first thing. Alright. So, we have Kitsune. recruited, and everything. Alright, let's get her geared up, shall we? Who's got that power armor? I think Vic's got it. Right. Nope. Does Suluk have it? Nope. Where the fuck's Cass? Cass must have it. Come on, Cass. Cass has got it. Okay.
What's up, my gear? No problem.
Alright, so since Kitsune is going to be playing, or going to be, oh wow, I can't fucking carry that, really, man. I guess I'm going to trade with him, and then he can't carry it. Nobody can carry anything. Alright, sorry, we're in this stupid little... Cassie and I are in this dumb little game of having to trade for each other's shit. So, Kitsune is a melee specialist. So that's the route we're going to go with him. I believe she can also use unarmed melee specialist. She also can lockpick stuff. God, this is so annoying. Sorry, I'm playing this. Alright, I'm probably gonna cut back because I'm doing a bunch of fucking inventory Jenga. Okay, we are back. I've got everything. I've got everything where I want it to be. We're gonna learn a little bit more about, for fuck's sake, can I get the combat control? Thank you. We're gonna learn a little bit more about Kitsune, but we're gonna get out of this place first because, as you guys saw, there's a shitload of aliens blocking our path. And like the other characters, Kitsune will wear, obviously because this is the restoration project, Kitsune will wear armor, which is cool. It's always cool. Always cool when you get to see companions in armor. Okay. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dump some more points in big guns. Give this a nice save, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here. Distance, stay close. Alright, I may regret that, because now I'm going to have Kitsune and Suluk fucking bum rushing me, but that's alright. That's alright. Alright, aliens. Let's go. This is Mama Alien. Can she take an entire... Oh, fuck. She's pretty tough. I forgot. Oh, shit. Alright, we gotta start over. Sorry. I forgot to equip... Cassidy's running around naked. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Cassidy, he don't need shit anyways. Although we got dumbass Marcus back there. Nice shot, Cass. Naked Cass. Alright, if, Alright, yeah. Alright, so we reloaded combat because what can happen here is whoever's on the stairs, if it's Vic or Cassidy, they can block the stairs for everyone else, which can get annoying, as you might imagine. Also, I forgot to tell... What the fuck? Okay, so there's one tile. Okay, I'm trying to fucking talk to Cass. Thank you.
You got that? I need to tell you something you might not
Okay,
like. Again.
put your power armor on. Stop talking. Okay. Alright, let's clear out these aliens, shall we? Dad? Oh, maybe not. Oh, I forgot to heal. I should be fine. It's my boy. It's my boy, Sulik. Nice shot. Nice shot, Cass. Ooh, is it dead? Oh, maybe not. I got a side. I got a side. Alright, you guys see that little cluster right there? Let's take advantage of that, shall we? There we go. Boom. Nice. Oh god, I love my crew. This is my ideal crew right here. Just savages. Savages, all of them. Although right now, I think Vic is blocking the... This is a bad... I can't be too critical, I guess. But yeah, I think there's only one tile right here. And Vic is like blocking it so Marcus can't get out and contribute. But, weighing on though. Wow. Alright, cool. That was a miss. That was a miss if I ever saw one. My Gauss rifle boys are just fucking shit up. Oh, first kill after 100 years. Yeah, Katsuni. Fat man, you're blocking the door. Not you, CJ. CJ will never watch this. But if he did, he would be upset. Dead. Oh, maybe not. Batman? Yes. Okay. Let's take a risk, take a chance, and totally miss. God damn it. Ow! You know, guys, instead of missing way back there, maybe get closer? I don't know, just a thought. Is this gonna blow me up? I don't think so. I think I'm good. I should be good. Okay. I definitely need some heals, though. Alright. Let's go this route, because they weigh 1 pound. Super stim packs weigh 1 pound. What's up with that? Although, I guess it makes sense. There's no way 124 stim packs don't weigh anything, but... That's okay. It's okay. Yes, yes. Oh. Guys, careful. Guys, we just thawed her out, okay? Can you not kill her within 5 minutes? Nice. So, as you can see, Katsuni is pretty competent in combat. Again, the only one more competent, in my opinion, is Jules, because just give him a plasma rifle or a, you know, any big gun, and he's gonna be wrecking people. Kasuni's got to get up in their face, but okay. Oh my God, really? I'm worried about someone Missing and then hitting Katsuni. Oh, God. And then she dies. And she's out of here. Okay. Jesus. How much fucking HP do you have, you little shit? Thought so. Fuck off. Marcus, appreciate it. Appreciate it, Marcus. Fuck, man. Okay. Alright. Let's kill some of these fucking eggs. All my folks gotta walk closer to me. Fuck these eggs! I hate eggs! That's not true at all. I love eggs. So, yeah, as you can see, that hole in the wall is where they had broken through. And were... Because if you remember, we killed most of them down in the... down in the other lower level. What the hell level was that? I think it was level 6. So this is where they had been seeping through. Okay, we are pretty much done here. Yeah, we're just gonna head back to the surface now, and then we'll probably head back to New Reno, do a little inventory shenanigans, and then talk to Katsuni real quick, and then yeah, that'll be, or rather, that already is it for the EPA. That's all she wrote, lads. Yeah, we might come back here late. I'm not too sure yet if I want to, just for one quest. Like, if you guys remember, there's that botany quest that you can pick up from Brother Paul in the Abbey. He said, you know, he wants some information on botany. You come back here, you scan it to a holodisk, you bring it back to him. It's a pretty simple fetch reward type quest. Not super interesting. Not convinced I'm going to spend the time to do it. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what it takes us, lad. But yeah, we're going in with 4 people, leaving with 5. All right. Alright, we're going to head back to New Reno. As I said, to, you know, deal with some of the inventory issues we're having. Oh boy. Well, I guess we're going to fight some aliens first. It's fine with me. Although Katsuni's pretty hurt. I'm pretty hurt too. Woo! There we go, Marky Mark. Alright, I need to piss off all these aliens. You know what the best way to do that is? For Cassidy, just fucking shoot him in the head. I was gonna say drop a rocket launcher right on him. Man. My boys are the shit. Katsuni, don't die. Oh god. Never mind. Our snipers are gonna take care of you. Jesus. Alright, let's shoot it in the nowhere, I guess. Why are these aliens obsessed with Katsuni? Is it because they came from the same place? They're like, you're our EPA sister. That thing's dead. That's gotta be dead. Yeah. Okie dokie. Hokey pokey. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, we leveled up. Cool. Alright. On to New Reno. No fire geckos. No fire geckos. Alright, I'm gonna heal up real quick, and I'll see you all on the other side of the cut. Alright, we are back after the healing, little quick healing session. So let's find out a little bit more about Kitsune, shall we? Is there anything you need from me? Kitsune, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have been frozen in a cryo tank for no good reason. I'm interested in knowing what it was exactly that you did before you were put on ice. Why do you care? It's in the past. Well, we're on the road together. I want to know more about you. Well, I suppose there's no need for secrecy anymore. It's just hard to break a lifelong habit. You see, I was pretty much born a spy. Go on. My father was Chinese, but he and his family were friends. Were no friends of the Chinese government. He was born in Beijing, but got the most important aspect of his education here in the United States. When he returned home and got a job as a public servant, he'd already been recruited by the Americans as an intelligence agent. I'm not overly familiar with the politics of your time, but I think I follow what you're saying. Your dad was Chinese, but he was secretly a spy for the Americans. So, did the Chinese ever suspect him? My father worked at the Ministry of Agriculture for 38 years. All right, I guess that's a no. So when did you enter the picture? Well, one day an aide to my father was an aide to... Wow, English. Well, one day an aide to the official my father was working for caught him making copies of secret documents. That couldn't have been good. Actually, it turned out to be not so bad. You see, she thought along the same lines as my father, and within a couple of months they were married. Some guys have all the luck, huh? They had me a year later. I was raised in China under the facade of a patriot. In school, I read about how China was strongest when unified, and how we had to continue to strive forward towards social equality. When I was older, I wrote for nationalist newspapers and participated in debates supporting the ruling party. Your parents took great pains to make sure your family's true loyalty stayed secret, huh? All warfare is based on deception. My parents loved their country. They just hated the people who ran it and thought it would be better off as a democracy. The way they saw it, they weren't betraying China. They were working against a government they didn't believe was good for it. Huh. Go on. I married an official who worked for the Chinese Ministry of National Defense. I chose him because he was the most willing to talk about his work when we were together. So I played the role of a dutiful wife, while secretly reporting relevant information back to my American superiors. But then things got complicated. How so? My father was contracted by Dr. Raynard Muldrake, an old colleague he had been working with during his time in the States. Dr. Muldrake urgently requested a private meeting, but my father was in poor health at the time and was no condition to travel. Dr. Muldrake agreed to meet me in his place. So what happened? There's a dog outside behind me, by the way. I apologize. Not much I can do about it. It turned out Muldrake was part of a top-secret project at West Tech Research Facility in Southern California. The project had started off innocently enough, as an attempt to find a way to make people immune to the new plague, but it quickly evolved into something more sinister, something called Forced Evolutionary Virus, or FEV. Go on. It had the potential to greatly enhance a person's strength and intellect, but the FEV was dangerously unstable. Despite this, the military had hoped to use it to create an army of super soldiers that would crush the Chinese. Dr. Muldrake was against the change in the project's direction, but kept his mouth shut out of fear for his life. But when he learned that the American military was testing the virus on unsuspecting, small American towns, he knew he had to take action. The world needed to know the truth. So that's when he contacted your father. Right. When I met him, he gave me a holodisk containing classified documentation of the FEV project. That put me in a rather difficult position. I could release the information contained in the holodisk and betray the country I'd sworn my loyalty to, or I could destroy the disk and bury the ugly truth from the people. Holy shit, don't tell me. I sent the copy of the holodisk to just about every major news outlet in the world. It pretty much destroyed whatever sympathy the American government still had. I might have revealed the truth to the world, but I'm afraid I also set in motion its destruction. Things escalated quickly, and 8 months later the bombs were dropped. How did you end up in the tank where I found you? The American government was hunting for the person responsible for leaking the information. They finally caught up with me just before the end. They were already preparing to freeze me when the sirens first sounded, probably to preserve me in case I had more secrets. I hadn't told them. Did you? It doesn't matter now. Everyone's dead. I know what you must be thinking, but you can't blame yourself for something like that. It's always easier not to accept responsibility. You couldn't have known. Besides, there were other conflicts between the powers. They would have blown each other up sooner or later. It was only a matter of time. Humans are the worst things. I don't consider myself that bad. Nature's been trying to wipe us out for millennia. All these new diseases, natural disasters, we were some kind of evolutionary mistake. Maybe we came about too early or weren't supposed to come about at all. We've done more damage to this planet than any other living being, any other living thing, dead or than any other living, than anything living or dead. Wow. 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 Guys, I have a degree in English. I don't know if that matters, but I can't read. But we can atone for it. That's the special thing about us. You've got an awfully nice way of putting it. Thanks for hearing me out. I almost feel like I can move on. Say, since you were a spy, I'm sure you're pretty skilled at stealth and all that. Anything you can teach me? Yes, I've had quite a bit of practice with sneaking, lockpicking, stealing, etc. Here, let me show you a few things I can't teach you in the books. You've got it now. Remember, practice makes perfect. Hey, thanks. Hey, I think it's time we headed out. All right, so learned about Kitsune's past. Got a couple things buffed up. Lockpick, steal, and sneak. So yeah, she is arguably responsible for the Great War. Not quite. I mean, people who pressed the bombs were the ones ultimately who decided, but she didn't help. She didn't help. Okay, Kitsune, tell me about your eyes. What about them? What's the term? Heterochromia? Is that what you have? Mine isn't a natural condition. The one on the left didn't belong to me. I lost the old one in an accident, and I've never learned to appreciate that until now. What do you mean? Ever since the transplant, I always felt like I was seeing past in one eye and present in the other, more so than ever now, and that helps me carry on. Well, we all have our ways of coping. Okay. Okay. So, there's Kitsune. All right, guys. I'm gonna do a bunch of inventory stuff in Urano, but that'll wrap up this session for now. We're all done with the EPA, and we are fast approaching the end of the game. I think next session we'll be heading either to Reading or the military base. Not quite sure yet. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Take It Slow, Angry Porto, Clancy. You know the drill. And I will catch you guys next time on my next episode of Fallout 2 20th Anniversary Playthrough. Thanks for watching, guys.
Take it slow.